Everyone. In this video, we are going to see how you can collect details from the user in a Voiceflow chatbot and how you can store those details in a Google Sheet. We are going to just see a short example and you will get a gist of what are the things that you can do here, right? So let's start with this. So as soon as you create a new dashboard, new chatbot, you will get this dashboard and you can continue from here. So let's see, we will go to talk and a message. What we will ask is to contact our agent. We will need some details. Would you like to proceed? And we will go to three. We will get three variants. Let's see if it works perfectly. Now to reach our representative, we will require information are going to continue. Yes, this is perfect. What we can do is, so now user will reply to us. So what we have to do is we have to listen to it and we have to give it a choice. If the choice is, let's say, intent of the choice is yes, so we have to do that. And if the intent of the choice is no, we have to do something else. Okay. So now intent is, let's say, no. So what we will do is we will loop again here only for now. You can do other things, right? You can go to different intent as well, but for now we are doing only this. We are doing this only. Let's say go to actions. I think it is not working, so what we can go to block, and for that question answers, yeah, right. And if the user is telling yes, what we are going to do is we are going to ask for details. Let's start with our first question. Start with your full name. Full name. What we can do is we can go three variants, right? And we can do your complete name. I don't start with your full name. Yeah, right. So that once we have got the customer's full name, we are going to capture it. How we are going to capture it is we are going to do this. Here in capture, you have to go whatever the user will reply. And now you can also create a new variable here. To create a new variable, what you have to do is you have to full underscore name, right? Full name of the customer, right? Create variable, and whatever the user will type will be captured in this variable. And after that, what we have to do is we have to go and create an other. We have to ask for email of the user. What is your email? What is your email, right? So if user gives you the email, what we have to do is we have to listen to it and we have to capture the response. How you can do this? You have to go to entity, you have to capture entire user reply. You have to create a new variable here and you can give a variable name as email underscore ID, customer's email ID. It is not necessary to write a description, but it is a good practice so that other people that you are using your dashboard will able to see it. Create variable and the user reply will captured here. Now what do we have to do is we have to just confirm that are these uh, details right. So what we can talk, uh, please confirm the below details. Full name. To get a variable, you have to use curly braces. So how you can do is that this, and you can write a full. We will get full name here, and email ID can be getting like this. Okay. So now let's just test, and we'll ask a question again, right? Okay. So now this is done. Let's do one more thing. Let's ask another question. Would you like to proceed? To proceed. If and now we have to listen for users' answer. So let's give here a choice. Add a trigger. If the intent is yes, then okay. Or if the intent is no, then okay. If the intent is no, what we have to do is we have to loop it again back to start. Go to block, and here inside it workflows you can go here, right? Start, and if user says, what we have to do is now here is the interesting part. Before that, let's just test our response, right? So what is happening? Okay, so let's just run our chatbot here. Run test. Let's see what is it gives. To get in touch with our agent, we need certain details. Are you ready to proceed? If the intent is, let's say no. What is happening here? It is asking the same question again because it is looping back here to start. And if the intent is yes, let's start with a full name. Perfect. Suresh. What is your email? @gmail.com. Would you like to proceed? Yes. Okay, so now it is working fine. Perfect, right? We have got user details and we have also tested it. Next step is to add those details in a Google Sheet. So as you can see here, I have created a Google Sheet with name, customer information. First column is full name and the second column is email, right? That we have captured. Next thing that we have to do is we have to store these details here that we have captured. So how we are supposed to do this? For that, we are going to use make.com. Make.com is a platform where you can create your automations and you can make API calls and do bunch of different things. You can explore it if you like it. So now how we are exactly going to do this? So let's just create a new scenario here. When we create a new scenario, what we have to do is we have to use a webhook. So now what is a webhook? Webhook is an entity on a internet which will get triggered whenever it receives a data. So we have to select this option triggers when webhook receives a data, right? So now that it is done, what we have to do is click up, yeah, just select it. Now we have got a URL here. Now we can use this URL to make an API call. So how we are going to do that? We have saved the webhook, right? Now let's just make an API call. How we are going to do this? This is whenever the user selects yes to proceed, what we are going to do is we have to go into action and we have to go to the API. How we are going to do is we are going to make a post request. You can just study about how you can make API calls and you will understand what it is. It's not that much of a big deal. We have to make a post request, and in body what we have to do is we have to add keys. What are keys here? First thing is full name. Full name and value would be the variable that we created before, right? And second thing is email ID, and the value will be the variable that we created before, right? So yeah, here it is. Now what we have to do is we have to test this. How we can test this? What we have to do is we have to just start here. It is running, and let's just test it. Mm, okay, it is. Okay, now we have to paste URL here first of all. Yeah. Okay, so let the full name be Sarvesh and email ID be sir at the rate. Let's see if the webhook gets it or not. Okay, so response is 200, but I don't think the webhook has got the response details. Yes. Let's test the API call that we created. So here, clicking on send, we are going to use the last values, Sarvesh and this sir@gmail.com. So let's send it. So here you can see we have got the information that we captured from the user, right? So that webhook is working fine. Now what we have to do is we have to store these details in Google Sheet. So how we can do that? So add another module, Google Sheets. Add a row, update a row. Now we have to add a row, right? Okay. Now that we have added a row, yeah, my Google is already integrated with it, so I can see all my sheets that are available. What we have to find is we have to find sheet with name customer information. So from my drive, yeah, my drive, what we have to do is we got to choose files. What are the files here? Customer information, sheet one. Sheet one here is this one, right? Yeah. And the table contains headers, yes. What we have to write in the column A, full name, and column B, email ID. Okay. So now that we have got this, we have to see if it is getting stored in database or not. Let's save it here. Let's run our scenario and test if this is working or not. Okay. So now let's test our API. Send again. Reuse last values. Okay. So here we have got the response 200, and yes, see, it is getting stored in the database. Perfect, right? In a Google Sheet. So this is how you can make API calls using Voiceflow make.com, right? So now let's just test our whole scenario once again, whole chatbot once again, and we can wrap up the video. So let's run it again. Run test. Would you like to proceed? Yes. Sarvesh Chandanani. What is your email? Sarvesh@gmail.com. Let's say intent is yes here. If the intent is yes, API call triggered, session ended, right? So now we have to see if the Google Sheet is having the response. And the answer here is no, Google Sheet is not because we did not run scenario. So let's run the scenario again. Okay, the scenario is running, so let's just test it again. Now that we can test it from here also, right? It will be seamless. Yes. uh, gmail.com. Would like to proceed? Yes. Okay, so chat has ended. That means API call has been made, and we have to see if yes. So the details are here, and right. So this is how you can capture details from users and store in a Google Sheets. Imagine this chatbot is on your website and it is collecting details from the user every day, and you are getting leads and leads, right? So this can be really very helpful. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.